Hey, there we go. Hello and welcome back to Dukes on Twitch. Back today with 4-color Loam. So this is Matthew Vook's list. Probably one of the best players right now with 4-color Loam. I believe he went 6-0 in the challenge recently, but the list looks really fun to play with, so I thought I would. And yes, Jack, I have moved to the dark side, and we are trying out Oko. This is his exact list, so I'm not going to change anything. I'm just going to, see what the master does I do, so I'm pretty happy to try it out. So 4-color Loam is a little bit like Maverick, where it is a mid-range deck that relies a little bit on the fast mana. The Mox Diamond starts for 4-color Loam are a lot different to the starts without it. This deck doesn't really have a 1 mana start other than Green Sun Zenith, which is another way to get access to a little bit of mana ramp through Dryad Arbor, which is nice. But yeah, the Mox Diamond starts are just really good. For this deck to really function, you kind of want to make sure that you're sort of racing out of the starting blocks for the Mox Diamond start, usually into a turn 1 Chalice for 1 or a Dark Confidant. This deck does have some pretty obscene plays as well. If you have multiple Mox Diamonds in your hand, you can land a 3-drop on turn 1. So I'm sure there are hands where we might be able to play a turn 1 Oko or a turn 1 Knight of the Reliquary. And not only that, but have Knight as a 4-4 as well, which just seems insane. Maybe even a 5-5 if we land a fetch. What this deck is tough against, I'm going to say that Sneak and Show probably isn't the best matchup. Chalice is really our only main deck disruption outside of Wasteland. But a lot of the versions right now are kind of moving away from a Wastelandable mana base and more towards a bigger, sort of more a basic heavy mana base. But yeah, so I'm hoping we don't play against Sneak and Show. I think we'll be pretty favored against some of the fair decks. Death and Tactics can be interesting, but the Punishing Fire Grove synergy really helps. If we land something like a Chalice for 1 and then a Bob in game 1, it can be hard for our opponent to actually get back from the card advantage that we acquire from Dark Confidant. Knight's great against some of the mid-range decks as well. It's great against the big mana decks because of Wasteland. There have been a few Cloud Post decks that we've played against, so that should be pretty interesting. Oko does give us the out against Sneak and Show against some of their creatures at sorcery speed, but usually they're putting them in to win the game, so that's going to be interesting to see. I think the deck to beat right now is probably the Breach deck, so the new Storm variant using Underworld Breach. I think this deck has some game against it in game 1 with Chalice, but looking at the sideboard, we have Ley Lines, we have Thalias. Hopefully they do enough. We'll have to figure it out as we go. But yeah, this deck looks really fun. Yeah, luckily we have the Ley Lines over Rest in Peace. Ley Line's really nice for this deck because we can shut off an opposing graveyard from being a resource for our opponent, but also have our graveyard for things like Punishing Fire, Loam, and Knight of the Reliquary. Containment Priest looking to be pretty good. We do have a small Green Suns package in Dryad Arbor, Scavenging Ooze, and our 4 Knight of the Reliquaries. Traditionally in 4-color Loam it's usually a bit bigger, running something like Gadok Teague or Kasali Pride Mage just to give you a little bit more reach with the Green Suns Zenith package, but we'll see how that goes. Yeah, 3 Library does seem a lot, but I assume just because you want it against the decks that it's really good against in your opening hand, you just want to see multiples. This deck isn't running anything like Liliana the Veil, so we don't have ways to discard extra ones, but I'm assuming it's because you want to see it most often, and if the first one gets countered, then you probably just want to be able to find your next one quite quickly. But yeah, the multiple Sylvan Library should be pretty interesting, because after the first one, the other two are kind of a dead draw, but I think if we're landing just one against the decks that we really wanted against, we're going to be pretty happy, even if we do draw into a second one. In regards to the mana base, it's pretty straightforward. We have 2 cycle lands in Barren Moor and Tranquil Thicket, mainly to dredge life from the Loam and instant speed, but also just to do things like pump the Knight if we really want to. We can also kind of try to draw out Try to draw into some hate early on, if we do have the extra mana floating, which is nice. Maze of Ith is great against the creature decks. Blast Zone's great against the creature decks. 4 Wastelands, 1 Karakas, 3 Groves. Most of these one-ofs just because of another Reliquary. And then just a pretty nice mana base with just the 1 basic. This deck can have a tough time against Blood Moon if we don't have Mox Diamond. But because of Diamond and things like Abrupt Decay, we usually have an answer before they're out. But it can be pretty rough if we don't. Oko is going to be interesting. I've played 4-color Loam before, and mainly with Liliana's as the main deck planeswalkers. Oko just seems to be kind of the flavor of the month right now, or the flavor of the past 4 months. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. A huge thank you to Matthew Vook, of course, for the list. Thank you for Card Hoarder for lending me these cards ad hoc. Thanks to MTG Mate for supporting me. For any Australians watching, you can actually get 5% off singles through MTG Mate with code DOOGS, which is pretty cool. It helps you out and helps me out as well. Let's get straight into a league and see how we go. This deck looks really fun. Gonna be using play points. Alright. So yeah, we're definitely looking for the starts with Mox Diamond. Because it's sadly a very different kind of game that we play without them. A little bit like Death and Taxes and No Aether Vial. Playing against Theme. And this hand's pretty sweet. So we have the option of turn 1 Bob, turn 1 Mox Diamond. If we draw a land, we could even do a turn 1 Knight. So we'll definitely keep this. Pretty nice hand. So we have a really nice beater in Knight. We have fast mana in Mox Diamonds. And we have removal in Abrupt Decay. So if this is going to be something like Duress, interesting. Swamp Duress could be many things. It could be some sort of combo deck. It could be something like a Depths deck. If they don't take the Decay, it's probably a big sign that they're more a combo deck and they don't care about Decay and they want to slow us down, but it's going to be Decay that comes out. Tranquil Thicket. So my opponent's on Duress. So the interesting thing is, if I'm going against... If this is a combo deck, I kind of want to land Bob to try to draw into some actual hate cards like Chalice. As fast as I can, but if they're on Depths, I probably rather have something like the Knight turned on straight away. I kind of like the Knight because I feel like just getting out a big threat early on is also great against combo. So I'm actually going to do that. So we're going to play a land. We're going to play Mox Diamond. I'm going to drop the Trop. I'm going to play this Mox Diamond. I'm going to drop the Thicket. Fetch. I don't think it really matters what dual land we get based on the 2 Mox Diamonds. But I'm probably just going to get a Bayou. I don't believe this deck has any double mana spells. No. I'm just going to get a Bayou. Play a Knight, which will be a 5/5, which is really nice. So if this is Depths, Knight gives us access to Wasteland and Karakas, which is really nice. Getting a Forest is actually pretty big. But it does look like it's going to be a Storm deck, which is going to be pretty interesting. So we do have the ability here to actually just loam back these 3 lands. Looking at our lands package, we actually don't have that much stuff for Storm. So I think here we probably just want to attack with the Knight, play the Bob. I could also attack with the Knight for 5 and then loam and then play the Bob. So I don't mind doing that. Especially if we can just probably leave the tropical island in the bin. Rogue Food Chain? Rogue Food Chain sounds pretty cool. I have to admit. So here I'm just going to get the Fetch Land and the Tranquil Thicket. I want to leave the Trop in there because I don't really need the mana, and I'd rather have it as just an extra card in the Spell Pierce. Interesting, okay. So maybe this isn't the combo deck that I thought it would be. Duress and Spell Pierce. Brainstorm. So I wouldn't say this is Death Shadow because I have basics. I wouldn't say this maybe isn't Storm because of the Spell Pierce, unless they're just running Spell Pierce as a way to hedge against some of the other combo decks. This could be Ninjas with a slow start. Yeah, that's very true. Maybe that's why they took the Abrupt Decay as well. Liliana's Triumph, okay. Maybe this is going to be some sort of... Now I'm a little bit intrigued. So here I'm pretty happy to Drill Step Dredge, if it gives me the option now, yeah. Chalice Knight Scrubland, okay. So I'm going to get back the Tranquil Thicket, the Verdant Catacombs, and probably the Scrubland. If we're up against some sort of blue-black control deck, I kind of just want extra cards to discard if needed. I'm going to play the Scrubland, and then play the Bob. I kind of like keeping the Verdant Catacombs for... yeah. For Liliana's Triumph for another sack effect, but... Maybe I could have kept the Bob in my hand, and this turn just held up both Dryad Arbor and Tranquil Thicket. Fetching red maybe for a Bob. Hey, Rainverland. Thanks for the follow. Let me know where you're from. If you play Legacy, what do you play in Legacy? Is there a tracker in the 75? There isn't a tracker in the 75, as cool as that sounds. This is just a straight take of Matthew Vook's list, who took down, or did really well in the recent challenge. Do I want to Loam here? I think I do want to Loam because I want to actually probably hit Wasteland. I think trying to get a Wasteland lock on, even though they have two basics, if I can Wasteland this turn, I'll be pretty happy. So I'm going to actually Loam here. And we hit Bob, Green Suns, and Oko, which is pretty rough. I guess we can cast Loam. Maybe I want to Thicket first. Then I can get back the Thicket. Okay, well there's Wasteland. That's pretty nice. I kind of want to take them off. Probably red. Probably don't care about double black right now. Yeah, I was thinking of if I wanted to Loam first and then use the cycle to dredge to see if I could actually dredge a Wasteland there, but seeing we have Wasteland already, it's looking pretty good. Strix isn't too bad as well with the Grove of the Burnwillows plan. Pretty happy to dredge here again. Mox Diamond, Decay, Verdant Catacombs, okay. I'm going to keep going after their red mana as well. Seems like a fair plan. If I was scared of some sort of main deck way to deal with the Loam, I probably would just keep the Tranquil Thicket and the green mana up. But drawing that knight there is great. It can be a little bit risky with Loam, because if you Loam all your threats, it's going to be pretty hard to win the game. So drawing into the knight's pretty nice. Brainstorm. Brainstorm most likely means they drew into a fetch land. Or maybe they're really stuck on mana and they just need to actually try to draw into something to get them out of it. Hey, Harrigan, thanks for the follow. Let me know where you're from. If you play Legacy, what do you play in Legacy? But yeah, T-Lat PV. It definitely could have been ninjas. And to be fair, it probably still could be. It definitely looks more like a Grixis shell. But, oh, a Thing in the Ice. Interesting. Well, Thing in the Ice is kind of scary. What do I want to do here? I think we just keep loaming, to be fair. Taiga, Dryad Arbor, Dark Confidant. Okay. I think this turn I'm happy just to Wasteland and play Knight. You play a lot of elves? Very cool. Sadly, we haven't seen much of elves since the sort of Wrenn and Plague Engineer appearance in Legacy. I think elves is a very cool deck. And we have seen some 5-0s come out of it, which is really nice. How does Loam beat a 7-8? Abrupt Decay is the main thing. Oko's pretty good as well. So maybe here I actually have to start just drawing. Wasteland. Land. I guess we can still cast Loam. Get back these. Probably just these two. I kind of want to keep my knights pretty big. Play a land. Draw. Another land. I guess Grove and Punishing Fire can also deal with Thing of the Ice if they don't draw into more spells. So I think maybe just going for Loam again next turn is worth it. Because if we hit really either of them, it's pretty nice, but we do need both pieces, which is pretty rough. I guess with the Life in the Loam and the Tranquil Thicket, we kind of get an extra draw anyway. So we might as well Loam the draw. Get back Tranquil Thicket. Draw a card. Snapcaster. I hope they dress us. They are going to dress us. Okay. That's fair enough. Thing in the Ice is getting pretty small here. All right, let's dredge Loam. Oh, there's a Grove. That's one piece. Okay, let's cast this. Get back Grove and Tranquil Thicket. Let's cycle Thicket. Another Grove. Play Grove. Pass. Alright, Punishing Fire. Let's do this. I haven't played this deck enough to still know. To comment on the sideboard Tabernacle compared to main deck. I think there's more... I mean, looking at the deck now, there's a lot more appeal to playing a main deck without like Gadok Teeg, Kusali Primage, without the bigger Green Sun Zenith package. I think there's definitely a reason to play it. Let's quickly Loam, back, Dryad Arbor, Tranquil Thicket. Spell Pierce. We'll definitely pay for that. This thing in the ice being on 1 is kind of scary. A 7/8, so I have to Punishing Fire it 4 times. We haven't played a land, but we need to draw into pretty much Abrupt Decay this turn. I guess Abrupt Decay still deals with it. Bob, rough. I guess we play Dryad Arbor because at least if the thing in the ice doesn't flip, we can just trade with the Snap Custom Mage. Discard, interesting. We're also down to 25 cards, which definitely adds up. Maybe playing the Dryad Arbor wasn't a great idea because it does turn on any sort of removal from my opponent as well. But yeah, this can be pretty rough. Thing in the Ice is very cool. It's not a card we see too often in Legacy. But in the right deck, it seems great. Especially in a deck where it returns your Baleful Strixers and Snapcaster Mages, where you just get more value out of them once they come back down. Oh, actually, Maze of Ith is also a great way to deal with the Awaken Horror. I didn't think of that. So a Loam. Abrupt Decay. Okay, Punishing Fire is there. Ugh. But now we do need a few blockers at least. I guess maybe I need multiple blockers for this Awaken Horror for now. And then we can start dealing with stuff around the sides. So let's look at our mana. We can play a land this turn. Loam, get back Tranquil Thicket. Play Bob. Play Dryad Arbor. Pass turn, hold up Tranquil Thicket. The Dryad Arbor pretty much blocks the Awaken Horror for now for a while, which is nice. But maybe they just have double removal, like double bolt. I guess double bolt just kills me. But they could definitely deal with either of these right now. If they fetch for a dual land, they most likely do, seeing they know that we have Wasteland. Bolt. Interesting. Ah, they do have Snap. Interesting why they just didn't Snap Bolt Snap me then. Alright. I guess we'll see what we drew. No, I don't want to give away that we have Wasteland. Sorry, Maze of Ith in the deck. Huh. So this is an interesting one. I'm not too sure how much Leyline is... I don't think Leyline is relevant in this matchup. On the play, I don't mind the swords. Do I really want the swords? I don't think I do. I think we have enough removal in Abrupt Decay. Thalia seems okay on the play, but probably not on the draw. I don't think I really need Tabernacle. Oh, I did not mean to hide that. How do you unhide? Is there a way to unhide? My Tabernacle, I just lost 2k. I'm not sure where that goes. Where does it hide? Anyway, so this is a blue-black... This is Grixis. Maybe the engineers are fine. Just because they can ping off Snapcaster Mages and Baleful Strixes. That's really weird. It didn't put it in the deck. How good is Chalice? I don't think Chalice is that great, especially because they have K command. Display. That's really strange. Sort by name, sort by color. I think we can take out the Chalice of the Voids, and maybe I just want some hate in Thalia. This one's an interesting one. Cards in graveyards can't enter the battlefield. Players can't cast spells from their graveyards. This actually seems fine. It's not that great against Baleful Strix. Yeah, it does seem like they actually have a good amount of 1-drops. Punishing Fire seems great as a way to just deal with Baleful Strixes and Snapcaster Mages. Loam seems fine. Oko seems fine. It kind of seems like a matchup where it should just be actually okay. Maybe I just trim on some things. I don't mind trimming an Oko, trimming a Bob's still really nice. Especially if we go turn 1 Chalice, turn 2 Bob. Just turning off so much removal that they have. Maybe it's just bringing in a Playing Engineer just to see if we can hit it. Yeah, I guess we were loaming, so I can't really blame my draws. We can blame my dredges. Would love to play first. So this is an interesting hand. We don't have a green source, and we also don't have mana accelerant. So we really rely on the Dark Confidant. And I don't think it's that great. So we essentially only have one draw to draw a green source. I think I'm happy to mulligan this. And this isn't that great either. A Wasteland and 2 Chalice. I mean, runner lands would be nice, but I can't expect that. I think we can go down to 5. Well, we kind of have to go down to 5. I think we keep this, and we bottom a Knight. Maybe Knight and a land. I think we have a higher chance of drawing a land than an actual spell. I think I'm pretty happy with dropping the Taiga. Maybe it's actually the Underground Sea that we want to hit. P-Fire isn't that great, but it's nice to have it. That's the issue. Especially if now the Reliquary does represent Grove of the Burnwillows, but I guess we have to get to that as well. Alright. Let's go with... probably Underground Sea Pass. I guess we could have also gone for Dryad Arbor, just off Windswept Heath, so that if they say Ponder turn 1, we can end step fetch for Dryad Arbor, untap, play Bob, and then have a play around any sort of sack effect, which would have been cool. I don't expect this deck to play Wasteland. I can't say your name. I apologize. But yeah, mainly just because I don't expect him to have Wasteland. Trop's kind of nice. I don't mind Trop. The one reason I don't mind using the Windswept here is that it can actually turn on my opponent's Fatal Push later on if that's the way they deal with Night. A Taramac? Very cool. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to go with a fetch here. I kind of want to get this fetch off the field. And out of my hand. Scrubland is pretty nice. Savannah is pretty nice. I don't mind a Scrubland just so we can have double black as well. In case we need double black for a turn. It also means next turn we can still cast the Knight. The issue is that my opponent most likely has removal for this Bob. Especially if they're fetching into end step. Fatal Push is fine. Ponder, okay. So our plan is to play the Knight next turn, and then hopefully draw into Sylvan Library. I think Sylvan Library in this matchup is a lot better than Dark Confidant because it's a lot harder for my opponent to remove. Probably one of the matchups where I really am happy that we have 3 versions in the deck, or 3 copies. Because it is not only a card that we want to draw, but we want to be able to actually play it as well. Another Bob. Interesting. I don't mind just playing the second Bob here. I think the upside is just so much bigger. I mean, if this resolves and we actually get a card out of it, then that's pretty huge. What do you think about Grixis control in the current meta, including Underworld Breach? Grixis is interesting. It's always been a really good pile of cards. And it obviously has the cantrips to draw into the right set of good cards in any given matchup. So say you're against like a creature-based deck and you have a Spell Pierce in your opening hand, you can of course either brainstorm that away or ponder into what you really need. I think it's pretty good. It's got a good mix of counter magic and also hand disruption, which is nice against combo. But as Jack says in the chat, Veil of Summer can be a pretty massive issue. Another Knight. My opponent on 5 cards here as well is pretty tough for us. Especially that this Knight is boltable. If they do have a fetch or a red source and a bolt, then this Knight's going to be not doing a hell of a lot. Triumph. Ah, rough. 2 Knights for the price of 1. What is this, a motel? That was an awful joke. That was a terrible joke. That was the worst. Okay, there's Sylvan Library. This is a card that's going to get us back in the game if it sticks. So if my opponent has like a force here, I can definitely see them forcing. I kind of hope they didn't keep in force. I don't think you do against full color. It looks like you do. Interesting. Maybe they realize that some of the haymakers like Sylvan Library that just have to have force in the deck or else it's going to take over the game. But this Lily is going to be tough. If we don't draw into Abrupt Decay, the ulti is just going to kill us pretty quickly. They don't have to force our turn 1 play. I mean, Chalice can be addressed by multiple cards in the deck like Kolaghan's Command. And then things like Dark Confidant, they usually have Bolt or a few other cards. Let's go with Cycle. Oko's nice. But will it stick? Oof, rough. So it looks like if we don't draw into Abrupt Decay, this Lily is just lethal. Which is pretty tough. I guess I'm kind of happy not to bring in Thalias if they did go on the Liliana plan. Maybe the extra Oko was actually worth it. Catacombs. Alright, good game. So yeah, Grix is pretty tough. I think 4-color Loam definitely has the tools to beat it. I think a more experienced player might know in game 1 when to Loam and when not to Loam. And maybe I took my foot off Loaming for just one turn too much. Especially if I did think about having something like Maze of Ith as an answer for the thing in the ice, then maybe even the bolt plan wouldn't work. Spatula of the Ages. Although this hand doesn't have a turn 1 play, I'm very happy to keep it because we have Punishing Fire with Grove, a Chalice for the Unfair decks, and Oko just seems great as a turn 3 play, so I'm going to keep this. They could have bolt snapped, but like if I drew Maze, they would have had, you know, an extra 7 damage to try to deal. Utopia Sprawl, okay. Interesting. I wonder if this is Enchantress. Blast Zone's pretty nice. I think we just go for Marsh Flats pass. I can't currently cast Oko, but I also don't have a white source, and we don't have a Taiga in the deck. So maybe I actually want to hold this Marsh Flats for now. And just go Badlands pass. Maybe they think we're on Reanimator. Yeah, I don't think it can be anything else either, but I have seen some like green-red natural order decks. But this will be interesting to see what it is. I haven't faced Utopia's Sprawl in Legacy yet, so... Okay. Interesting. And it looks like just a pass. Sylvan Library is a really nice draw. I'm not too sure if it's too late for Chalice to actually have an effect on this game. But... I think I still just like Chalice on 1. It was our plan from the start, and it's obviously going to hit our opponent a lot more than us, so might as well get it out. It's never too late. Keeping the Marsh Flats is kind of nice with the Sylvan Library in case we don't just want to draw 8. Interesting. Does it copy the CMC? I don't believe so. Hey, Alex, welcome to the stream. Good morning. Good morning to you, sir. This is interesting. I think here I just want to play the Oko. And then next turn we can play Blast Zone and also blow it up. So I don't mind just going for a blue source here. Interesting. You may have it enter the battlefield as a copy of any enchantment you control, except it has, at the beginning of your upkeep, you may exile this enchantment. If you do, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Interesting. I wonder if they have an enchantment with like ETB effects that's really good to do. Yeah, Sprawl is blue. Omen of the Sea. Interesting. Okay, that's a pretty good one to copy. I'm not gonna lie. Interesting. Just a bunch of draw triggers. I'm beginning to wonder if it's better to Blast Zone for 2 than it is what it is currently. If it's worth taking them off mana here. They do have 6 cards in hand, so I'm going to try to just start hitting their mana. So we can play this. And then sack it right now. Oh wow, so it also hits that one that copies. Interesting. Actually it doesn't, sorry. This is it here. Okay. Feels like Chalice equals 2 is too slow. Yeah, especially with the start without Mox Diamond. Jeff, I can definitely understand that. Words of Wind. Okay, we're gonna have to get that card up on screen here. Let's see if we can. Words of Wind. Creatures and enchantment spells you control can't be countered. Interesting. Okay. I wonder if I want to steal this. That's a pretty cool thing to steal. I can give them the Chalice. Ah, it can't be countered. Interesting. It's a pretty nice way to get around Chalice. Interesting. Miri's Guile. You can find the deck list on the screen. You should be able to see the Cardboard Live functionality. Let me quickly see if I can get that up. Maze of Ith, okay. So we're definitely exchanging this and this. Now we can play a land. We can play a Bob, and then play a Sylvan Library. Yeah, so just quickly, if you want to see the deck list, you can open it up here, and it brings out the deck list here. I believe it can copy my library, because it's just copy any enchantment. Oh, you control. I apologize. You cannot. But it does look cool. Uncounterable Sylvan Library? Yeah, very cool. Especially if they're playing any sort of counter magic. I assume they're not, but you know, they're definitely getting their definitely getting a lot of value out of these Omen of the Seas. I think you're actually to 6 this turn because there's nothing I can do in my turn. Counterbalance. Classic. Alright, Bob trigger. 0, nice. I don't want to die to some random deal damage, so I'm pretty happy just to put these back. Creatures and enchantments. Interesting. I'm going to put this on top. I don't really need the second Bob. I can actually destroy this if the Punishing Fire works. Can also just make it a 3/3. Elk the 2/3 and play Chalice on 2. Interesting. Chalice on 2 does shut off our Punishing Fire. I'm not sure if that's relevant. The Wasteland definitely seems pretty dead. Enchantments I control. Okay, so currently it's just a 1/1. Maybe I want to attack first, actually. Yeah, okay, let's attack first. Psionic Blast is a blue spell, that is very correct, and it deals 4 damage, and I believe you take 2 as a controller. Alright. So now we can Elk this. Play Maze of Ith, which deals with it as a 3/3. And now play Chalice for 2. Hopefully not reveal a 4. Nice. Alright. I'm gonna draw a lot of cards. Miri's Guile is a cool card. Not as good as Sylvan Library, but maybe in a deck that cares about just looking at the top cards, it is pretty sweet. It's also just a 1-mana enchantment, which is kind of cool for this deck. Hey, Jesus! Welcome to the stream. Currently playing as Enchantress, or a pretty spicy version of Enchantress. Running some cool new cards like a Destiny Spinner, which we both have a copy of right now. Theirs is elked. Ours has been stolen. The Chalices are really, hopefully, hurting our opponent. Ooh, Tropical Island. Well, there is a great reason to play Wasteland next turn. Although it looks like they have enough mana now to cast pretty much anything in their deck, it probably would be nice just to get this chop off the board. Words of Wind. Ooh, Riptide Chimera. At the beginning of your upkeep, return. Okay, interesting. Well, I'm definitely gonna elk this. This is a spicy game. Elephant Grass. Oof. Can't be counted. Can't be cast, of course. Maybe they actually thought that this wasn't elked for a second and thought they could get through the Chalice, but looks like they won't be. So we flipped to Bob. I think we know about it actually. It is Bob. We probably should put the Scrubland on top instead. So let's just put back Bob and the Scrubland. I probably want to play the fetch land for turn because I want to draw into something like Abrupt Decay. Also want a white source, so let's get a Savannah here. All right, so I think I want to turn off the Riptide Chimera here. I guess I want to attack first to see what they do. Let's get some info first. Let's cycle this. Grove. Okay. Oh, it is a 3/4. That is very correct. Haha. That's pretty classic. That's a little misplay. Maybe they're thinking this is like some sort of like galaxy brain move. They don't, obviously. Okay, that's pretty awkward because our punishing fire doesn't work with the Chalice on 2. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Does it work like that? Yeah. Okay. Okay, obviously I did that for a reason, and that is it. I'm gonna go for double bob. The bob can't be countered, which is nice, because of this Destiny Spinner. And then we just pass turn. Obviously a Galaxy Brain move. But yeah, Jack, thanks for letting me know that. I actually didn't think of that move, so that definitely saved me a little bit there. My opponent only has 27 cards in their deck as well. So maybe with these ETB enchantments, they might have to start targeting something else. Destiny Spinner is a messed up card. Destiny Spinner is pretty cool. Yeah, I'm a big fan of it so far. If they don't start casting creatures, we also nearly have lethal. If we Oko the Chalice that we have, we can attack. They might take 4 if they block the 2 3/3s, and then we have Punishing Fire to finish them off. Unless Counterbalance is set to 2. So, definitely have to start thinking of a way to win this game, because I think games 2 and 3 are definitely going to go pretty long. So I want to make sure that I'm ahead, at least on a game, if not time. I can use Punishing Fire if I turn the Chalice with Oko into a 3/3, because it will... Oof. Interesting. Targeting the Sylvan Library, okay. Yeah, sorry, so Jeff, if we turn the Chalice into a 3/3 with Oko, it loses all its abilities, and so then we can cast actually something with Punishing Fire, which is kind of cool. But yeah, if I saw this board state and I didn't see the Chalice, I definitely wouldn't feel bad about it. It's a pretty clogged battlefield right now. Ah, okay, so what we have is an opponent who most likely can't deal with the Chalice on 1 or 2, and so it looks like they're just throwing stuff into Chalices to draw off this. Alright, let's see what we flip to Bob. Knights, okay. Abrupt Decay, interesting. Is that... I think that's nearly just lethal. It actually is just lethal. Okay. Put on top, put on top. So what we can do here is we can decay the Destiny Spinner, make the Chalice a 3/3, and then just attack for lethal. So decay this. Can't be countered, which is nice. I'm doing this before I make the Chalice into a creature, because just in case they have some sort of way to counter it with a 2-mana spell. No Aether Gust? Oh, actually, we also... Let's go, Maze of Ith. I definitely want to use this ability while I have it. Make this a creature. Becomes a 2/2. Nice. Create a 3/3. Go to combat. I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of that. Nice. Alright, we get there. What a bunch of misfits, let's be honest there. Oko is pretty gross. This is an interesting one. I'm not too sure what we do here. Containment Priest isn't good. Swords to Plowshares isn't really needed. Croon Oath isn't good. Tabernacle's not really good. Plague Engineer doesn't really do anything. Kills Enchantress. That is true. Is there anything here that doesn't do anything? Scavenging Ooze is kind of okay. Yeah, Thalia seems pretty good as well. Maybe the Punishing Fires? Maybe this isn't something for Punishing Fire, so I can drop like a Grove and 2 Punishing Fire. Enchantress and the Uncounterable thing are both human. Interesting. Blaststone seems great, so I think Loam's still pretty good. Dark Confidant's fine. Another Reliquary can go and find Blaststone, which is relevant. Oko seems great. Sylvan Library seems good. Maybe it's a case of just skimping on something. Maybe it's Green Suns. Green Suns does act as another Reliquary, but I don't think we really need to go for, say, Scavenging Ooze at sorcery speed. So maybe it's actually just Green Suns. Like, I don't really care about drawing it. I'd rather just draw into probably one of these cards a little bit more. Why Loam? They do have tons of basics. We do get to... I mean, if we have like a Loam hand, we can try to get some Tranquil Thickets or Barren Moors. We could also use Blaststone multiple times, which seems pretty good. They have a bunch of 1 and 2 CMC with a few CMC 3 stuff. So I think maybe just even Blaststone alone is probably worth keeping the Loams in. But yeah, Wasteland definitely seems pretty dead in this matchup. I could probably even drop down on a land. And are we going down to 24 lands? I think 24 is still high enough just to have the 4 Mox Diamonds. I've taken 2 out. I guess I can put 1 back in. Maybe I will have the Tabernacle just in case my opponent has some sort of go wide strategy. I don't think they would. No, I don't think that's good. Let's just go back with Green Suns and then submit this because we're at time. Hey, Ask for Alex. A huge thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. That means a lot. Thank you very much. Hey, not at all. Welcome to the club. Hope you enjoy your badge. This hand looks sweet. We're gonna keep this. Scavenging Ooze maybe a little bit dead, but the turn 1 Thalia is gonna be really nice. This is where I kind of like a Ghost Quarter over the 4th Wasteland, but I'm not going to get into semantics. Okay, Grove's actually probably the best land here to drop. So we'll go Mox Diamond, drop the Grove. Probably play Karakas. It doesn't really matter. I don't want to show Blast Zone, because if they have a lot of 1-drops, I kind of want them to just play into it. Verdant Catacombs is kind of nice because we can get Dryad Arbor, so I might just go Karakas here and Thalia. If they do have some sort of removal spell, they might even just try to use it here while Karakas is tapped out. Which is kind of nice, because then it turns on the second Thalia as well. But I kind of assume Enchantress might just be a deck that doesn't really care about what I do, and just wants to do a ton of stuff that they can do. Ooh, Seal of Primordium, interesting. Going after my mana, okay. Oko. Let's go for Verdant. Maybe Verdant Fetch. I'm gonna get the Tropical Island, because then it just gives me a bit more of an out to try to cast this Oko. It also means we can cast the Scavenging Ooze right now. Alex, what are you playing in paper right now? Are you playing any spicy cards? I've started playing Lingering Souls in Black Splash Maverick, which has been pretty fun. Not gonna lie. I'm sorry, Jesus. I really apologize. Ooh, Bob. Rough. Definitely a reason that I maybe wanted to go black, but I guess I could have got a Bayou. What can we do here? Interesting. Hey, Dead Be a Donut. Welcome to the stream. Lingering Souls is really cool, especially against a deck like Miracles. I don't mind playing it against, or some of the Grixis decks, especially if they're having to deal with the actual tokens with like removal spells. It's pretty nice. So I do have an interesting play here. Just to start getting damage through, I could play my second Thalia, so I have something in the bin to actually attack with the Scavenging Ooze for, which I don't mind. I don't really have another play, so I might as well do this. I'll keep this one, and then I'll eat this one, and attack for 3. Abzan Knight Loam list? That's cool. I think Loam's a really cool card, especially when you... I'm not sure, do you play Ramanap, or do you kind of rely on Life in the Loam to get back your lands? Interesting. 4 mana. I guess I paid for Thalia. Okay, interesting. I guess a land here is just our best draw to pop this Blast Zone. Oko. Food Chain Mav yesterday. Very spies. That's cool, but very cool to hear. Bayou. Oh, interesting for black mana. Probably should 5. Rough. Okay. I wonder if the screws can go the whole way. Bob. Rough. Four great cards in hand, though. Damn, these reality acids are... Interesting. Okay. That's pretty cool. So they put reality acid on my threat. I'm gonna return this. Oh, Green Suns. Still can't cast Oko. Ah, legend. Thank you very much. That sounds awesome. This is not going to work out well for me. Rough. Okay. Yeah, Blastome seems okay. I'm going to assume I lose this Oko to a creature. Maybe I have to tick up and target the Destiny Spinner. This is interesting. So if I tick up the Oko on Dryad Arbor and attack, they go to 2. They probably don't block. I guess they could create a creature at instant speed. Yeah, I think we have to tick up on Destiny Spinner. They might even fetch in response. No, okay. Yeah, they just make a creature. I think now I just have to go a little bit wide and play Thalia. But this is pretty tough. Classic. I'm just gonna 6 this turn. Reality Acid's really interesting. I did not think of it as a removal spell. I've never seen it before either. But it's very cool, especially with this Estrid's Invocation. Just being able to exile stuff pretty much in one turn, which is pretty cool. Alright, what do we draw? Sylvan Library, rough. I guess we can... Oh, actually, we can tick up Thalia. This is kind of cool. Tick up Thalia. And then we can cast Sylvan Library, which is nice. Oh, we're in damage. Yeah, Oko targeting Thalia is kind of a weird one. It's probably not a line that comes up in many decks, but luckily in 4-color Loam, anything is possible, which is kind of nice. Alright. Reality Acids do trigger. This is tough. I think we're going to have a game 3 here. Doomwake Giant, interesting. It really turns off the Dark Confidant as well. I kind of need like land, Mox Diamond, land. Alright, let's go to game 3. I don't think anything here does enough in the sideboard. There's nothing great against this enchantment. Yeah, Doomwake Giant is very cool. I'm a massive fan of it. I played against a guy from Seattle at GP Vegas in 2016 who was on Enchantress, and he turn 1'd me with or he like turn 2'd me with in game 1 with Doomwake Giant. I'm on D&T, and I'm like, I can't beat this. Classic. Hi CO, thanks for the follow. Let me know where you're from. If you play Legacy, what you play Legacy. Hey, welcome. So I'm actually just going to run back the same list. I don't think, seeing what I saw in that game, any changes that need to be made. It's really just a case of trying to get out fast, get a kind of wide board, so that these enchantments don't really do anything, or don't do enough. And this hand is sweet. We'll keep this because we have a turn 1 Chalice. Oh, we don't have a turn 1 Chalice. We need another land. That was close. This hand's close. The issue is, if we don't draw a land our next turn, then it's very rough. I don't think we can keep this because it's definitely a hand that we can lose to. And I don't want to keep a hand that we can lose to. I want to keep a hand that we can actually cast our spells, even if it is a little bit slower. I'm happy to mulligan this. And this one, although slow, does have the Sylvan Library and Chalice still. So I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to bottom the second Chalice. I'm waiting for the day where my opponent goes Doomwake Giant on field, Dread of Night, cast, trigger. Alright. Land pass. Next turn I'm going to play Chalice for 1. Although the Sylvan Library would be nice, I think trying to get Chalice down as soon as possible is just exactly what I need right now. Bayou is actually really nice. We could just go for Decay here, but I kind of want to keep this in case they play that creature where stuff can't be countered. Ground Seal's pretty good. Interesting. Don't really care about it, which is nice. Alright. Barren Moor. Barren Moor is kind of nice because it means we can actually just keep up Blast Zone. Sorry, keep up Abrupt Decay. Or we can also cast Sylvan Library and just hold up Barren Moor. You're from Finland, a long-time Devil player, but since the printing of True Name Nemesis, I didn't like that deck too much anymore. Currently you're on Grixis control. and Loam with red, but I suppose I should drop red and just add blue for Oko. I know those feelings. I know those feelings all too well. I think I'm pretty happy here with going just Sylvan Library and hold up Barren Moor. I don't think there's a reason to cycle it now, but at the same time, I don't think there's a reason not to cycle it now. Maybe I do when I know more about the top of my deck. I don't just want to cycle into like another 2 lands or a Mox Diamond. I'd rather try to cycle into something that I know about. Have we tried Maverick and have we tried Oko and Maverick yet? I have played a Bant list, which actually did really well, which is kind of nice. Okay, I think that's a pretty great target for the Abrupt Decay. So maybe I do just want to cycle this right now just to use my mana, because I'm not really gonna take advantage of that mana anywhere else. Dryad Arbor, okay. Tranquil Thicket. Okay. I'm pretty happy just paying 4 and paying 4. Do I want to deal with this? I don't think I do just yet. I think I'm pretty happy going... Probably just Knight this turn. Off a Savannah. And then we can also hold up Tranquil Thicket, which is kind of nice. Force! Interesting. Didn't think of Force. That's really interesting. I've definitely put up the fight that I don't have tap and alcohol because it doesn't tap for mana. Mazes are enough. Yeah, that's fair. To be fair, you don't want to have too many lands that don't tap for mana in your deck because you can just get stuck with a hand that doesn't really do anything. I mean, look at lands. Like, oh, okay. That's fine. Destiny Spinner, okay. Mox Diamond is not too bad. Oko is pretty nice. Sylvan Library, Abrupt Decay. Interesting. I'm going to put this on top. And then I think I'm just going to put this on top because this turn I can play the Oko and Abrupt Decay. If we play the Trop... I also don't mind the Dryad Arbor. Dryad Arbor is kind of cool because we can Oko it. I guess we can Oko the Mox as well anyway, so... Play Mox, pitch Dryad Arbor. Play Trop. Play Oko. I don't actually mind just tick up on Mox. And pass. So the thing is, if they only had the Destiny Spinner out, I could see holding up Abrupt Decay. So if they do cast a 1-mana spell with Chalice triggers on the stack, we can Abrupt Decay it, and then Chalice resolves and actually counters the spell. But I assume they're going to be doing that anyway with 1-mana spells right now because of the Enchantress as well. But I think I might as well just pass. I guess it means they can create a creature if they want with the mana. Maybe it is worth just destroying this for now. I don't want to get too cute and try to just, you know, decay it in response to a spell. I'd rather just get it off the field. They do have 6 cards in hand as well. Oh, Sarah's Sanctum. Interesting. Draw 2 more cards. This is kind of like a combo deck. I don't know if it actually has Emrakul in it. Sometimes it does. Especially if you have 2 Sanctums, you can create a lot of mana. Tap 1 and then sack the one that you've already tapped and then tap it again. Oof. Yeah, a little bit slower than traditional combo decks, but definitely has a game plan to kind of combo you out from game 1 onwards. Okay, so they cycled in Abundant Growth through Chalice, so that probably means they don't have a backup Destiny Spinner, which is kind of nice. Loam and another library. Loam's pretty interesting. I don't mind Loam. So I'm actually going to pay... I think I want to deal with this. So Ground Seal is... Cards in graveyards can't be the target of spells or abilities. Interesting, so Loam is actually shut off. I apologize for that. Ground Seal is a copy of that. And Omen. Interesting. I'm also down to 4 minutes. Okay. So I think next turn I actually want to just Blast Zone. So the Sylvan Library on top is actually pretty good. Huh. Ah, we didn't use Oko. I'm an idiot. I apologize. Oh, come on. This looks like Doomwake. Okay. Destiny Spinner. Okay, so there's a great card to decay this turn, which is nice. Oof. They're gonna kill my Mox Diamond. Rough. Oracle's fine. I might as well, in response, deal with the Destiny Spinner. Which does mean... Yeah. No need to decay the spinner because we wanted to use Blast Zone this turn. That's just misplay after misplay. That's just bad magic. Because this takes... Oh, actually, no. Okay. Well, that's kind of nice, I guess. That we can still put a charge counter on this, but... probably a little bit late. Ah, wait, did I? Rough. So I think what I did was float mana and then activate Blast Zone, but I didn't do anything. I didn't add the mana into Blast Zone, which is just one of those MTGO things. Yeah, interesting to say the least. So here I'm just going to... So yeah, you have to put that and then put mana into it and then say done. I'm just doing it now so I can 6 this turn, because I can't really do anything anyway. They're pretty close to being able to hardcast Emrakul if they wanted to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Seal's interesting. Seal dealing with Chalice is pretty good. Riptide, interesting. Brainstorm's gonna be fine. We're also at 7, which is kind of scary. If they attack us with 3, we go to 4, and then we have to create a food. So Blast Zone is 3 to activate. It'd be really cool if we could Loam it back, play it for 1, and then blow it again, but we just don't have the land drops to do it. See if they attack us or Oko. Ah, they attacked, okay, us. Haha. Okay. Dryad Arbor's in the bin. Okay, interesting. Alright, so let's put on top, play a land, 1, 2, 3, sack this. I didn't mean to play a land because I wanted to get Dryad Arbor back with Loam. Rough. I'm just going to crack this now. Gain 3 and then pass. Yeah, might as well Loam for a Cycler. I didn't want to Loam there because if my opponent has Force of Will, which we have seen already, they could just win on the spot. I needed the mana to actually make a get life and do it. I mean, they probably have a force here. Yeah. Rough. But pretty fun games. I think what really let me down there was just knowledge of the deck, which is always tough. But yeah, a grind fest to say the least. Very cool deck. It's always cool to see new decks in Legacy. Not that Enchantress is new, but it looks like that's a pretty new build of it, and someone just taking a bit of a risk and trying out some new cards, which is cool. But yeah, the one that bounces everything is nuts. Especially with the removal enchantment that has the ability to destroy things is just crazy. We can come back from this. We definitely have come back in the past. Not the greatest way to start a league, but at the same time, you know, I think this league is definitely a bit of a learning curve for Loam. I played it in the past, but In this build, the fetching for the wrong jewel can really hit you hard. Especially in that game 2 where we went for a Trop instead of a Bayou and then drew Bob Bob. That was pretty tough. But we learn, we adapt. Yeah, High Solo. The Tabernacle would be very cool. I remember when I first started Magic, I saw Tabernacle and I wanted one. And they were like 300 Australian dollars, which is probably 220 US, which is pretty nuts to think about it now. This is in 2013. And yeah, Tabernacle, of course, has just jumped from there. I remember when it went from 300 to 500 and my heart broke. I wanted one so bad, and I just knew that I probably wasn't going to buy one card in that kind of realm. But you know, here we are, 7 years later. Wow, 7 years later. I've been playing Magic for 7 years. That's crazy. That is crazy. 7 years. But yeah, it's on the list. I've actually I've got a mate looking for one at the moment for me, which is kind of cool. No, I started with Legacy in 2016, maybe? The Magic Crat. On the play. This hand is interesting. It's a turn 1 Scooze or turn 1 Punishing Fire. It isn't a turn 2 Knight unless we draw a card. I don't think this hand is great. It doesn't have Chalice, which is great against keeping the combo decks from comboing off too fast. And we don't have anything like Bob or Library, so I'm pretty happy to mull this. Hey, Ari, how's it going? Yeah, we're currently 0-2, down to Grixis control and Enchantress, which is pretty cool. We can close this. Looks like MTGO is having a little bit of a tough time here. Oh. Yeah, Enchantress was nuts. It was playing the new card. It's a 2-drop that your creatures and enchantments can't be countered. And then for 4 mana, you can create a land. You can target a land. It becomes an XX with haste and trample equals the number of enchantments you control, which is pretty cool. Destiny Spinner. Thank you, Jack. 2/3. Yeah, sorry, I said it was 2 mana. Yeah, I'm going to quickly shut out of MTGO. I'm just going to restart because it looks like there's an issue. It's my home city, Brisbane. Alright. Yeah, it would be cool. I feel like Enchantress is one of those decks that a few people play, but they definitely try to keep to the deck, which is cool. You're considering it for food chain board. Seems pretty sweet. Yeah, it seems really cool, especially if your food chains are uncounterable. And Sylvan Libraries, if you play Sylvan Library and food chain. This hand's a lot better. We'll keep this. And I think the role of... Whoop. There we go. I think Abrupt Decay plays a role of removal, so I can probably just drop Punishing Fire. I could also see just dropping a land because we have the Sylvan Library. I'm going to drop a land. Oh, we're in the play. Okay. Verdant Pass. I didn't want to get Wastelanded, that's why I played the Verdant. As good as the fetch land is with Sylvan Library, kind of hope we just get another one. Ponder. Okay. Yeah, hi, so that's actually a great point. You can also find my deck list on my screen. You'll see some cards that you can see the back of cards. So if I bring this up, you can see the little Cardboard Live functionality here. If you bring this up, you can see the cards in the deck and actually bring them up, which is kind of cool. Alright. Ponder. What do they do? Chose not to shuffle. I think I'm pretty happy running this Sylvan Library into a daze. I mean, I'm not, but I don't want to not do anything this turn. And to get all colors, I'm going to go for a Underground Sea here. Nice. Underground Sylvan Library sticking is pretty huge. Unless we're up against Enchantress again, then it would be pretty tough. I guess what we don't have right now is access to Punishing Fire mana, but we'll see how that works out. Oh, interesting. Put on top, put on top. I kind of like the Chalice here. I feel like this is something that has to be answered. Fetch kind of feels to me like it's going to be... Okay, I was going to say Counterspell, but obviously not. Maybe Drown on the Lock? Is that a thing? Blue-black. Blue-black at instant speed. They can't drown, yeah. This has got me intrigued. It's 100% drown, they just don't have the cards in the graveyard to do it. What is the wording on Drown in the Lock? Mana Leak incoming? You know what, I guess Mana Leak is at its best when no one actually sees it, so... Force Pitching Ponder, okay. Counter Squall. These are all good cards. These are all good cards. Oh, Bayou, okay. Maybe this plays Decay? Rough. I think I like just playing Knight here. Using the most of my mana. It also means if it untaps, we get to play 2 spells next turn. Or even just try to Wasteland our opponent. So if they do have a Drown in the Lock, then I'd much rather hit the Knight than the Bob. Just because I want to start drawing into more cards. Oof. Maybe not. Hopefully like their last card isn't Gurmag. If they Thoughtseize here and then Gurmag us, that'd be pretty brutal. Loam's actually kind of nice. We do have Bayou left in the deck, so we can Loam. Play this. Fetch up Bayou. Their last card is probably Snapcaster. Usually Bug has pretty good answers for creatures, so I assume this Dark Confidant isn't going to last anyway, which is kind of rough. Oh, Grimflare. Interesting. It's only a 2/2, so we can answer it. We're definitely going to Loam here. Hey, thanks Jesus. All the best. I will remember to stay hydrated for sure. We were supposed to actually just go to main phase. Because I wanted to attack this turn. Let's go for... Loam, get back, Blast Zone, and... probably all of these. Play Windswept Heath. Fetch this. Taiga. Punishing Fire. Nice. Alright. Ooze is pretty nice, especially, oh, if they have a green source. They don't have a green source. Interesting that they played it. Definitely Loam. I'm gonna bring my graveyard up here. Hit that. Loam back, Barren Moor, Wasteland, Scrubland. This also means at instant speed we can actually cycle the Loam, which is nice. Okay. Probably just want to cycle this now. They haven't played a green source, so cycle and Loam. Oko, Chalice, Mox. Okay, rough. Punishing Fire. I guess we get to go Wasteland. Punishing Fire. Loam. Get back Barren Moor, Wasteland. Okay, our opponent's going to concede. Rough. This is interesting because we played against Grixis before and we weren't too sure how to sideboard. I don't mind Thalia. This is Bug, of course, so a little bit different. Bug is interesting. I wonder if they're playing Green Sun Zenith. Most likely not. Maybe the Chalices can be dropped. They have Abrupt Decays. It does stop them a little bit, but maybe I can even trim on it. It's probably just not a card that I really want. That's an interesting one. So Bug, I assume, seeing the Grimflares is interesting. Maybe the Leylines are worth it. I think the Scooze is good enough to handle a graveyard. So maybe I want like... Maybe Swords is good, seeing we saw we saw Grimflare and Scavenging Ooze. Abrupt Decay seems great. Punishing Fire seems great. Loam seems great. Sylvan Library seems great. Bob is probably a little bit less good. They have so much removal that maybe we want to rely a little bit more on Sylvan Library than we do Bob. And Thalia seem pretty nice, especially the first strike as well. I'm just going to see how this goes. Be the one who let the dogs out. This hand is fine. I don't mind this hand. The Knight with the Loam is kind of nice. And then also the Sylvan Library to make us try to draw into things. It means we can also try to set up, if they don't have Thoughtseize, set up Loams to know what we're actually Loaming. Wasteland. I'm just going to go fetch again and pass. We can still get Savannah off the fetch land, which is nice, which means we can Swords at the end of their turn if needed. And then also find a white source for Knight. Sylvan Library, okay. Mox Diamond's actually kind of nice, because now we get to Wasteland them. Play Mox. Sack Scrub. Fetch. I'm just going to get a Savannah. And then play our own library. Force of Will. Force is fine. If they're too aggressive with the Sylvan Library, the Knight could really be something to take over this game, which is nice. And I feel with the basic forest start, they might be a little bit more inclined to go for dual lands in this game. So hopefully this Loam and Wasteland lock can actually do something pretty good. Having the Swords to Plowshares as well for any sort of Scavenging Ooze interaction is nice. It means that our graveyard is a little bit less vulnerable to hate from our opponent, which is always good. Polluted Delta. Will they get a basic swamp? They will get a basic island. Interesting. Ponder. Okay. Ponder your life away. Now I'm just thinking the Knight's going to be great. And it probably is. I guess if I really wanted to, I could wait a turn, get a fetch land ready, and just hold up Dryad Arbor for any sort of sack effects like Liliana's Triumph. Hey Vader, welcome to the stream. Currently playing in game 2, up a game against what looks to be a bug control list. Looks pretty spicy. We saw Grimflare in game 1, which is kind of cool. Saw Scavenging Ooze, so... Brainstorm. Most likely means they drew a fetch land here. Hey, some random MTG. Thanks for the follow. Let me know where you're from. If you play Legacy, what do you play in Legacy? Mystic Sanctuary. Okay. Tapped as well. That's not a great sign for our opponent. Please rank all versions of Chrome Mox for the stream. I'm going to rank one Chrome Mox, and that is the original Chrome Mox. That's the only Chrome Mox that I'm going to actually say is real. Mirrodin? Was it from Mirrodin? I'm going to quickly Google that. It was from Mirrodin. I was correct. I was correct in that analysis. GP Mox get wrecked. Okay. So I have a Wasteland in hand, but I kind of like just casting Loam here. Because if my opponent... Maybe actually... Let's just go Wasteland. Hit their Mystic Sanctuary. Attack for 6. And then Loam. I want to get pretty aggressive. I don't want the Sylvan Library to take over the game. Well, I passed turn, so... That just happened. Was the one I got at GP Melbourne not real? Yeah, sadly, I think it's Eternal Masters as well that has Chrome Mox. I'm just not a fan of that. I'm a big fan of original art, so I apologize to anyone. Love Legacy, Vegas Player, D&T, and Sneak and Show are my favorites. Very cool. Did you play in the 16 Legacy? Maybe it was 2015. There was Legacy. There was a Legacy Snapcaster Mage. Interesting. Snapcaster's fine. In the Legacy GP. I don't know why I was brain freezing on that. So we're so close to just being able to win because we could Wasteland ourselves to make the Knight at 8/8. Wasteland. Okay, so we drew Wasteland. I think we want to just waste the swords on this and get in. Foil versions of Force of Will. So really it's between the Eternal Masters and the Judge. I'm actually going to go for Eternal Masters and then the Judge. I do like the Eternal Masters version. Oh, Wasteland. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, yeah, I'm not even acknowledging that. All right, let's go for Loam then. Target Wasteland. I'm just going to target Wasteland. See what my opponent does. I hope they force this. They don't. Okay. gonna hit this trop anyway. Doesn't really matter because of the block, but we'll see how that goes. To be fair, maybe I should have loamed first to see if they would force that, and then swords. That's probably the correct play. Just because Loam is, of course, the spell you can get back. Interesting. Just passing turn. Do we want to Loam? I think we do. What do we hit? Underground Sea, Dark Confidant, Abrupt Decay. I think we want to Loam first and try to get Verdant Catacombs. Just to hold up Dryad Arbor. But we could definitely see a Snapcaster Mage here. Okay. HC Fox, 100% agree. Unfortunately, I think that Snowlands and Oko and Astrolabes is just kind of the way to go right now if you're in those colors. But definitely a tough spot. You know, I think there's also merit to just playing a deck that you really enjoy. And obviously this player might just like playing bug control or some sort of bug deck. Hopefully this isn't Fatal Push. Surely it's not, because they did just use the flashback. So one trick my opponent could do, if they do have an instant speed sack effect, is play a Wasteland. Wasteland my Verdant Catacombs, and then in response to me fetching, they could make me sack a creature. But I haven't seen Wasteland yet from my opponent. Okay. Interesting. Just another pass back. Yeah, we're gonna Loam. Okay. 8/8. Let's play Wasteland. Maybe I don't want to Wasteland in case they have Fatal Push. I don't think there's any merit to Wastelanding here. I might as well just go to attacks. Oko is mono blue? Interesting. Interesting assessment. Decay, rough. Decay's pretty good. Ah, I should have Loamed as well. I should have Loamed. That was a misplay. I would love my opponent to go to 1. Just because of Dryad Arbor, but I don't think they will because they know about Punishing Fire as well. Okay, they're gonna concede. So we get up. We're on the board. That's pretty nice. We're gonna do a little. There we go. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back in a sec. Stay right there. Nice. All right, let's get back into this mainstream. Up we go. Thanks for sticking around. Deck's been pretty fun. The one thing that I just don't like about loam strategies is that you can loam your threats or your removal and not get them back, but I think that's just something that you accept as a loam player. And most of the time when you're loaming, you're going to be just doing a lot better things anyway. Usually you get, you know, some Tranquil Thickets going, get a Wasteland lock going. You know, you have a few different ways to deal with really anything that hits you, even without your threats or your removal. I'm a huge fan of Savine's Reclamation. You think I loam a touch too much? Yeah, that's fair enough. I think I like to loam until I either hit Grove, Punishing Fire, or a tutor land, a draw land, a filter land. What do we call them? We call them like Barren Moor, Tranquil Thicket. We call them cycle lands. But yeah, maybe I do loam too much. Cycle land, thanks Alex. But I feel like that's just something you learn as you play the deck more. You kind of just get a better understanding of when it goes. When I see loam players, it surprises me how little they loam, but the logic is they always want threats. Yeah, that's why I really like a hand with something like Bob or Sylvan Library and then Knight or Oko, just so you can have some card advantage and then also a threat, and you're not scared of loam if you do loam later on, because you know there are some awkward situations where you kind of want to loam, but you also just need to draw a threat. It is better to have loamed and to have lost than to have never loamed. That's a really good one. I like that. That's a deep one, HC folks. I just imagine reading that in like a textbook of like a past history. Very cool. Hey, Jimmy Paccio, thanks for the kind comments, man. All right, we have our match. How do you feel about the early points update? That's a good one. Hey, Ern. I do play Modern. I don't play Modern on stream. I'd like to go back. I'm a big fan of Eternal Command in Modern. I think that's a pretty old deck, but it had some legs. I saw it did pretty well at a recent challenge, I believe, as like a bug version of it. I also play Blue Moon a lot. Yeah, so Eternal Command is an Aether Vial deck that runs Eternal Witness, Snapcaster Mage, and Cryptic Command. Oh, you play it right now? That's cool. We won the die roll, which is really nice, against Thunsu. In this hand suite, we have a turn 1 Chalice, we have Abrupt Decay for removal, and a Scavenging Ooze for a threat. So we're going to keep this. This is actually quite interesting what I want to bottom. The Grove is quite nice because if we draw a Punishing Fire, the Karakas is quite good if we're against some sort of Reanimator deck. But the Verdant Catacombs gets the rest of our colors, but I think because we have the Mox Diamond, it don't matter about losing the Verdant Catacombs here. I think Time Walk has to go. I think Time Walk has to go up. I don't think you can run Ancestral and Time Walk in the same deck. I think it's definitely got to the point where that has occurred. So let's go Mox Diamond. Let's pitch the Verdant Catacombs. Let's play the Grove. I kind of want to hide the Karakas for now. And we'll play Chalice for 1. I actually, I mean, sadly, I haven't actually put that much effort into Highlander recently. Brisbane's got a really good community. We probably have 20 to 25 at our sort of monthly events. Toowoomba's got a big event this weekend, which I'll probably drive up for. Still just on Blue Moon, but a pretty old list, like maybe like 6 months old, so that'll be interesting. Oh, Sylvan Library's a top draw. So let's go land into Sylvan Library. I might actually keep the Karakas open just for now. No real reason why. Probably against the Flatters Strand deck it probably actually isn't relevant, but I'm kind of hoping our opponent doesn't have Spell Pierce right now. It's going to be a Force Negation. Interesting. That's fine. Add Chandra Awakened Inferno if you have it. That's a pretty cool card. That's a pretty sweet card. I was actually going to play just like a green-white Hate Bears style deck. I know there's a lot of Jund, so I kind of want to play my, you know, Loxodon Smiters and Wiltleaf Liege and Obstinate Baloth. Okay, well, Oko is pretty nice. We will have to go for blue. Ah, Spell Pierce with the Chalice one, of course. We're just going to take up, create a food token, and pass back. I can definitely see the appeal of Oko. I'm just not a big fan of it in general. I think I've just been hit by it too much. A lot of the fair decks that I play usually get really hit hard by Oko, where it just creates like a sub game where you just have to deal with this Oko, and then it buys them enough time to really do whatever they want. Looks like we might be seeing a Ice Fang here. Okay, so this might be... Force Negation's an interesting one. This could still be something like just blue-green Show and Tell, but I'm going to put it on some sort of Bant deck. If they play Oko here, we can actually deal with it, which is nice, especially if they try to tick up our Chalice. Ah, okay. Well, that's rough. I guess we actually have the Abrupt Decay, so that's kind of nice. Another Oko. So we definitely deal with their Oko. That's not really a question. I don't want to lose the Chalice. Yeah, I probably would hit the Chalice as well, just to make sure that I don't have the option to do something like this, where I can Abrupt Decay the Oko, and they don't really have a great way to deal with it. I'm probably actually not happy either to trade a 3/3 with the Ice Fang, so I might just create another food token here and pass back. What's top card in their graveyard? Flooded Strand, Misty, Force of Negation, and the Oko. Sylvan Library, okay. Now I don't mind getting a little bit more. A little bit more aggressive with this Oko. Block's fine. And now I might actually just play this Sylvan Library. The faster I can get down this Sylvan Library, the better, but a Force of Negation is going to take it out. Steal their 1/1? Okay, land drop from our opponent. Could draw a Wasteland here. Taiga. Taiga. I guess they could just have hardcast Force, but can't really play around that. Maybe this Chalice was just doing enough. They had 4 cards in hand, which is pretty nuts. So I think not hitting the Chalice with their own Oko straight up was a pretty big win for us. This is going to be an interesting board. I don't think there's really anything that's that relevant. Thalia is kind of nice because we can attack pretty easily into Icewind Codal. I'm actually not too sure if I want to board that much. I still think Chalice is fine, even though they have Oko as an out. They probably have Astrolabe. Is Thalia where I want to be? I can probably drop down on a Knight, to be fair. I can probably also drop down on a land, most likely Wasteland. And maybe a Loam. Maybe just the one Loam's fine against this deck. I think that's fine. Hound's kind of cool. Hound is kind of cool because it's got Menace. I'm going to try this out. I'm going to try out like the, yeah, the Hound. And as good as Oko is, I might just drop it down to 3 for this game. Oko is pretty nuts, but I just don't like playing the card. I just don't like playing the card. Come on, Mox 2 lands. Yeah, sadly Thalia is a little bit too slow. Too small, sorry. This hand is interesting. Just a little bit too slow, I feel. We do have turn 1 Bob, turn 2 Bob, which is kind of nice. Let's have a quick look. So this is the deck. Vook. Yeah, I don't mind this. We'll keep this. The double bob's kind of nice. Yeah, HC Fox, I really like the double bob. Means that if one gets answered, then we do have another one as a backup. I kind of hope this deck doesn't play back to basics. I'm not sure if Bant Miracles usually does. Or Bant Control, whatever you want to call it. But I guess the Abrupt Decay is kind of nice to have. I think Mox Diamond's just our best draw here. They're more likely to play Blood Moons? Okay, interesting. Good to know. Grove. Let's go for Bayou Pass. Blood Moon is to beat Field of the Dead. Yeah, Field of the Dead is a bitch to play against. That card is very good. Mox Diamond opens LA 61 point. This is interesting then. I mean, if we tap out and they Blood Moon us, then we're pretty much dead. But to be fair, if we don't do anything this turn, then next turn we're not really doing anything either. I think I'm happy just to take Blood Moon, take the loss, and I'd rather play a little bit more proactive. Because I'm going nowhere if I'm waiting until turn 4 to be able to play a 2-drop and then also play Abrupt Decay as well. We don't have a swamp in the deck, we only have a forest. Land go, HC Fox. Well, hopefully this doesn't come back to bite us. They did get a Trop, which is interesting. Maybe they have like Teferi? Snapcaster Mage, Ponder. Okay. That's actually not too bad. The question is, next turn, do I just want to play the second Bob as well? I'm definitely not attacking. I kind of want to wait for a... I mean, I probably don't have the luxury for it, but I want to wait for a Punishing Fire. Oh, okay, so we kind of just answered Blood Moon quite nicely. Interesting. So yeah, let's go Mox Diamond, pitch the Underground Sea, play Forest. I guess we can also just Green Suns here for Night, which is kind of cool. It'll be a 3-3, but they're not a deck that runs Burn, so it doesn't really matter. They kind of have to force this, or else if they don't have an answer for it, it is just a Wasteland package as well, which is kind of nice. I'm just going to forced, okay. Beastie in the deck? Sadly not. So yeah, this is just a run-of-the-mill, pretty much a playback from Matthew Vook's list, which he did really well with. I think he went 6-1 in the challenge. What you got? What you got? You got it. Oko. Swords. Okay. That's fair. Sylvan Library. Okay, that's actually nice. That's a great target for the Abrupt Decay. I guess Wasteland's our best draw, because then we can use all their mana. Okay, Tropical Island. Let's go Bob. Decay this. Play Grove Pass. Play Grove Pass. Opponent down to 1 card as well. Now up to 2 after the draw step. Flooded Strand. Ooh, Flooded Strand pass perhaps? Ooh, no attack either. Interesting. Okay, well that's a great draw. Let's go for land. I definitely want to fetch because I want to use the Mox Diamond as a creature. Oh, we don't have a classic. We don't have a blue source. We should have played the Trop. I guess it doesn't matter. I'm gonna get Dryad Arbor. I'm gonna play the Oko. I'm gonna create a food and just pass back. Hey, Sorcinho? If I said your name wrong, it's Wednesdays, my dudes. It is Wednesday, my dudes. Haha, classic. I could 3-3 the Arbor, that's very true as well. Oh, this looks like a Jace. Okay. Jace is interesting. I guess now they really need just swords to plowshares, or else... Yeah, it's got to be swords. Let's see if we can draw into removal. Maze? Oko. Interesting. Huh. 2 cards in hand. I guess we can throw away an Oko. We can... Oh, we can exchange as well. Interesting. So if we exchange, we can swing for 3 at Jace. But if they have swords, Jace survives. So what we could do is play the Trop, play another Oko, tick up on the Mox Diamond, and then all attack Jace. Which means that Swords to Plowshares is not an out. Which I think I really like. I think we kind of have to do this play. We want to keep this one that just came in. We want to tick up on the Mox. Combat, we want to attack all at Jace. Alright. Nice. Now we really want to fade Supreme Verdict, but even if they Verdict us, we still have the Oko, which is really nice. Oko is just amazing. It's such a stupid card. Mentor. Mentor's not too bad because we have the Oko. Brainstorm's going to be fine. He probably has Veil. I am definitely not being converted to Oko. Let's put that aside for now. Chalice, interesting. Wasteland, okay. What do we want to do here? Let's go for Chalice on 1 and then change Chalice for Monastery Mentor. That seems pretty sweet. So I might first see if they actually float any mana with this tropical island. Okay, no float. That's nice. Now we can play Chalice for 1. Or yeah, let's just go Chalice for 1. I could be funny and do like Chalice for 3, but let's go Chalice for 1. Yeah, this game is very much mine. Let's trade Chalice for Mentor. Now we can attack. I'm going to attack with everything but the Bob. Why'd you play your Chalice on 1, opponent? You have a lot of 1-drops. What are you doing, opponent? Why are you playing your Chalice for 1? Okay. Well, we're back to 2 and 2, which is kind of nice. So we can play for the 3-2, which is always a pretty nice feeling. Stop hitting yourself, opponent. That's exactly what it is. So luckily there, you know, we just drew into some pretty nice cards early on. We drew into that Sylvan Library, which allowed us to draw into additional cards, and the second Bob stayed around in the third game, which is pretty cool. Hey, Jono. For anyone who wants to pick out some other Full Color Loam content, or Punishing Maverick content, or just good content in general, definitely check out Dreadhort Naught 33. Hope you're well, Jono. Hope you're enjoying your week. I assume my Chalice, yeah, my opponent would be pretty happy with that Chalice triggers. Can we be on the play? Can we be on the play? That would be very cool. Come on, opponent. Come on, opponent. There we go. Okay. Wang Yaguan 453. This hand is okay. This hand's interesting. We have acceleration in the Mox, but we currently don't have anything to accelerate into turn 1. We do have a turn 2 Oko or a turn 2 Knight, which I don't mind. You know what I want to try next is ban Maverick, that deck Swords Knight alone, but with an Oko and a Fairy. That's I'll have to show you something after this league. I'm gonna keep this. I probably wouldn't keep this usually just because it doesn't have a strict turn 1 play. But I do like a turn 2 Oko or Knight, and then also Karakas can just win games against a few decks, so I'm gonna keep this. Volcanic Island. Volcanic Island no play is interesting. Green Suns. Green Suns is a little bit rough because we have the Dryad Arbor in hand, but I might here just go Grove first, Mox Diamond. I guess I could actually keep the Mox as well. Hey, you're welcome. Keep doing you. Yeah, let's get rid of this Grove and pass. Pretty rough. Yeah, I probably could have just saved the Mox Diamond until next turn. Yeah, Jono, have you actually played Phyrexian Dreadnought before? Where did the Dreadnought game name come from? Underground Sea. Okay. Blue. 2 blue. Petty Theft. Bounce the Mox Diamond. That's going to be fine. Interesting play. Bit of a tempo play. Dark Confidant. Okay, let's go for... This is actually pretty funny. Bouncing the Mox means we can play this Knight of the Reliquary if we wish, and it'll be a 4/4. Because we get to discard 2 lands here. Discard the Dryad Arbor, play this. And then I think the best play is just going for Knight here. Actually, Oko screams force this or lose the game, so I don't mind going with Oko. He might have days, it's very true, or they might have days, which is fair enough. But I feel like we have some pretty good cards in hand that can hopefully just draw out this game if it goes long. Oh, Wasteland's pretty good. Chalice. I'm just going to Chalice on 1 here. I could play the Bob, but I kind of want to play the Chalice on 1 first. And then hopefully play the Bob. Just so it plays around a lot of their removal. Yeah, I would like to draw a Loam. I'd also like to draw a Wasteland here. Wasteland into Bob would be really nice. Chalice. Let's go for Chalice again. Alright. So, the one weakness of playing Chalice there is that if our opponent has another Wasteland, then we can't play the Bob. But hopefully here... They could also have like Dreadhorde Arcanist. Dreadhorde is Young Pyromancer, okay. Pyro is kind of nice because with Chalice you can still get your triggers off the Chalice. Bob. Yeah, Dreadhorde doesn't do much with Chalice on 1, that's very correct. Haha, Jack. Maybe they're feeding the graveyard here just to play something like a Gurmag? Fatal Push, okay. This does seem pretty desperate. What we really need to do here is... Oh. Am I happy here to trade? I don't think I am. I'd rather try to just make sure I draw into a land next turn. And then play the Knight. Oof. Okay. Well, they have 1 card left, and I don't think it's going to be... Days. Okay, nice. I'm going to hold back the Bob, because I think Bob trading with the Young Pyromancer is actually pretty good for us. Yeah, no attacks is pretty good for us. Play a land, play Oko. I kind of like getting rid of Bob here, just because my life total can become a little bit sketchy. So yeah, I do like elking the Bob. They will get the Brazen Burrower here. The issue is that I kind of want to take them off black, but I also don't want to waste the knight as a blocker. Oh, Maze and Vigilance is pretty interesting as well. Yeah, this is a little bit desperate, so luckily we can do some pretty good blocks. Block here, block here. Take 5? Or maybe the... Okay. Interesting. Up. Didn't use Knight. Didn't use Knight. Punishing Fire is pretty good, but... Can't argue with that. Yeah, unfortunately my opponent just concedes there, but... yeah, not good not using the Knight there. This is an interesting one. I really like Tabernacle because of their go-wide strategy with Young Pyromancer. I don't mind the Plague Engineers. I don't think Thalia is that great on the draw. I can see myself probably dropping down on a Dark Confidant. Maybe even 2 Bobs. It's just a little bit risky relying on Bob as your card advantage. Yeah, the Lifelink Dog actually seems pretty good. I don't mind actually just trading a Lifelink Dog for... Lifelink Dog. Maybe I want to drop a Sylvan Library. I don't think we can be too aggressive with Sylvan Library in this matchup. That's the big issue with it. Yeah, Thalia is pretty good. It's just a case of what do we drop, and that's the big issue. I think I'm happy to drop a Knight for the Hound. Oko can probably come out as a one of... I still like having at least 3 in there. Loam can probably be dropped down to 1. We probably don't have the time to set it up. Maybe Bobs just aren't where I want to be. However, with Chalice, it's just so good. I could actually shave the Green Suns. That's very correct. Our only targets in this deck are Scavenging Ooze and Knight, so... yeah, I don't mind that. And this is 60, so... Might as well see how this goes, and then if there's a game 3 we can come back. I'm sure there's a better way to sideboard, but I just don't have the experience with the deck so far to be able to map the sideboard straight away. This is an interesting one. I don't mind this if we're not playing against Stifle. I like that it has Abrupt Decay. I like that it has Scoos for a little bit of life gain. The Hound as well is nice. It just doesn't have that impact. I'm gonna keep this. I like that it has removal and also some ways to get back into the game through lifelink. Yeah, Swords to Plowshares does seem very relevant. Yeah, Oko gaining life as well does come up. Even 3 a turn is just pretty good because it fades a Delver, it fades Brazen Burrower, it fades True Name Nemesis if they play it. There's Chalice. Let's go for Windswept Heath Pass. Yeah, it does raise a True Name, that's very true. I guess it doesn't raise a true... Oh yeah, it raises a True Name with even with bolts and stuff because of course it just gains 3 as well. Verdant. I think I was going to hold up Decay here. I don't really want to play the Chalice yet into like a Brazen Boar or a Spell Pierce. I think I'm happy just waiting a little bit. Luckily for us, this Grixis Delver player hasn't started off with a Delver or even a Trune, a Young Pyromancer turn 2. So I think we have a bit of time here. Yeah, definitely no need to rush. If the game goes long, I think it's definitely in our favor. Especially here, even just playing Wasteland. Mox Diamond's kind of nice. I like taking them off their Underground Sea. And maybe just holding this Mox for now until I actually really want to use it. Yeah, Burrow on Mox can just be really annoying. Dreadhorde, okay. Well, that's definitely something that I'm happy to decay. So the interesting thing is, if this Chalice on 1 resolves, then the Dreadhorde Arcanist isn't much of an issue. But they most likely have a lot more ways to deal with the Chalice post-board. So I actually don't know if decaying the Dreadhorde here is actually correct. Yeah, I think I like just dealing with it here. I don't mind either just going for a forest and an Underground Sea. I think keeping the throw off the board is really nice. And then here we can even play around something like Spell Pierce, which is kind of cool. So we can go Grove, cast Mox, discard the Verdant Catacombs, play Chalice for 1. And then just pass. I don't want to play the Scavenging Ooze open into Bolt. Even though my opponent could go Brazen Burrower, bounce the Chalice, and then Bolt the Ooze. I think this Screws is probably better just later on. This could be true name. Playing Engineer, okay. Yeah, it's pretty close to 5 color Loam. It actually does play everything. That's... Yeah, wow, okay. It does play everything. Knight. Knight seems pretty great here. Being able to take them off black is going to be pretty huge if we get to untap. We also can play around sack effects here because we have Dryad Arbor in the deck, which is really nice. So this Verdant Catacombs can work around something like Liliana's Triumph, which is cool. The Knight does die to Drown on the Lock though. Interesting to see an attack. I'm more than happy to take this. Plague Engineer is one-sided, so it actually doesn't affect their Pyromancers or Delvers, which is interesting. Is this Drown in the Lock? Petty Theft, bounce. Okay. Oko -5, HC Fox, very cool. That is, yeah, that's something I didn't actually think about. Let's just go for Knight again. Do I want to get the Hound out? I guess I can't with my current mana. I think, yeah. Knight's just really good. Yeah, Plague's pretty funny. I didn't think about that interaction with stealing it. Interesting to see they bounce the Knight as well and not the Chalice. Maybe that means they have another answer to it, or they just are going to try to race us. Alright. I don't want to use the Barren Moor there because I want to hold up Dryad Arbor. Let's go for Scooze. Hey, thanks, Jono. All the best for your week ahead. Have a great day at school. Have a nice week, and yeah, we can talk about Bant Loam. That'd be very cool to do. I'm just gonna pass here. Is attacking for 6 here better than holding up Wasteland? I think it is. I think just getting a bit of a crack on. If they don't block, I probably definitely fetch as well. And Barren Moor. Putting them down to 9. Kind of makes them have to do something. Let's go for Dryad Arbor. And then let's cycle this. Probably should have cycled first in case we drew into a 2-drop that I could actually cast. Alright. Most likely down comes Petty Theft. Or Brazen Borrower. Okay. I guess here I'm actually happy to eat the Dreadhorde Arcanist. Because of the Chalice, I'm not scared of any 1-drop or 1 CMC cards. I'm probably more scared of just a Gomag Angler. So I might as well eat and get the value off the Dreadhorde Arcanist now so they can't delve it away at instant speed. Because 14 is probably relevant. Taking me off black. Interesting. What are they trying to do with that Ponder? Very interesting. They can probably attack with the Brazen Borrower, but that's probably it. They kind of have to leave the Plague Engineer back on defense because of the Knight. Alright. Feeding the Art for Dead Drop. Dead Drop is a cool card. I have to say that. Okay, well, Decay's really nice. Let's play a land first. Decay this. Move to combat. Attack with everything. Bounce that. That's going to be fine. In response, I might as well fetch. Get a green source. And eat Plague Engineer. We still win this race pretty well, which is nice. Brainstorm, rough. They the Brazen Burrow can only block creatures with flying as well, so they currently don't have a blocker as well. So we are floating around with lethal right now. I gotta cast the dog. We have to cast the dog, surely. Loam definitely coming together. I mean, we did start off at 0-2, but we have, you know, stumbled back to a 3-2 finish. Hopefully, if we take this game down, it's looking very much like it, which is really nice, but... yeah, the deck is pretty fun to play. This card's very interesting. Houndtown, population us. Haha. I got it, yeah, I need to cast it now. I need to hopefully get it on the field. I feel like that's kind of like a bingo tick-off. But we'll see what happens. A huge thank you to you guys for coming in and watching. It's very cool to have you. Each and every 48 of you. Going for attacks, I like it. Maybe they have something. You know, True Name here is actually really nice. They're going to pass back. Grove. Alright, we're casting the dog. Another burrower? Surely not. A braid. Interesting. Let's float a green. And then use it to eat with ooze. Please allow me to get this hound on the field. Okay. Achieved. Achieved. There we go. Now we can go to attacks. Opponent's on 5. We have a 5/5 ooze. They need Murderous Cut? They don't. Okay. We get a chest as well, which is kind of nice. So we go 3-2. Which isn't too bad. Open chests. We'll open one and see what we get. Mardu Strike Leader. Okay. I'm gonna say that we can't actually end on there. We've got to open up one more. Just one. Harkon, very cool card. An Archon of Justice, interesting. Maybe just okay. One more. That's it, and then we'll try to get a good card. Elite Archers is not that card. We can do better than that. We'll get one more here. Here we go. Oh, I've never seen this card. Cytoplast Rootkin. It has Graft 4. When it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it. And for 2 mana, you can move a +1/+1 counter from target creature to that. Interesting. Keep going. Iceblade, I'm not going to listen to you, alright? I'm not going to keep going. That's just... come on, I'm just throwing away my chests here. Clackbridge Troll. Interesting. Not a good card. Let's open another chest. This is how it happens. Oh, 20... just 20 ticks? No card? What is this? What? Where's the... no card? Is this real? Come on now. Alright, one more chest. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. The Archon of Sun's Grace. Come on, get there. Alright, let's just open these last 4. Let's just do it. What do we get? Indestructibility and Regisaur Alpha? Is that what you think of me, MTGO? Come on now. Come on, here we go. Yeah, Raynagor and Goblin Chieftain. Okay. One more. One more. Oh, Mantle of the Wolf. Interesting. Alright. We have one more. We have one more. Avalanche Rider. Is that Avalanche Rider? Avalanche Tusker. I apologize. Those were some of the most awful chests I've ever seen, but I hope you guys enjoyed them. That is me for the night. A huge thank you for you guys coming in. I hope you guys enjoyed 4-color Loam. Or 5-color Loam, really. Let's be honest. Deck was really fun to play. Alex, thanks for coming in. You guys are always a pleasure. If you want to reach out to me on Twitter, you can find me at Twitter/Dugs on Twitch, which I will quickly put in the chat. Haha! Please do not call me the Yoko player. You can find all my stuff. Hey, Iceblade, thanks for the follow. That means a hell of a lot. Let me know where you're from. If you play Legacy, what you play in Legacy. You can find all my streams and all my recorded videos that aren't streamed on my YouTube at YouTube/C/Dugs on Twitch. You can find anything Maverick related at thegreensunzenith.com. And that's about it. Let me quickly see if there's anyone online that I can send you guys over to. But in the meantime, I'm going to go to the Be Right Back page, get this up, and see who is on. Cherryman. Modern. You're from Ohio? You're a 5-color control player? I admire that. I admire that. It can't be easy. Let's be honest. Oh, that looks like a sweet deck. This looks pretty fun. I'm gonna raid this guy. Japanese Fisherman. Alright. 5-color control. I actually really admire that. Hey Graham, you too. Have a great night. There we go. Alright, that's me, guys. A huge thank you. Enjoy your weekends ahead, your weekend ahead. Stay safe. Be kind. I'll see you guys hopefully on Sunday morning. Cheers.